Hello students, in this particular video we are going to see the use of for loop and while loop for a particular problem. So let us say consider two examples. In first example we will see that find the first 10 digits of a Fibonacci series, and in second example we will find the factorial of a number n. So let us say what is Fibonacci series. Okay, so Fibonacci series is given by 1 1 2 3 5 7 5 8 13 21 34 55. Now how this series you got, the third number is every number in this series is addition of first two numbers, and the first two number of the series are 1 comma 1. Okay, like this 2 is sum of the first two elements, that is 1 plus 1. Then 3 is sum of last two elements, that is 2 plus 1. Then 5 is sum of last two elements, that is 3 plus 2. Then 8 is sum of last two elements, 5 plus 3, and so on. So this is called as a Fibonacci series, and we are going to find the first 10 digits of the Fibonacci series by using a program. So if you want to use while loop, that is you want to specify that first 10 digits, then this code is useful. Then n is equal to 10. Okay, here the first line is a comment in a program, that is percentage, and whatever is highlighted green in color is actually a comment in a program and is not a part of a program which is going to executed by compiler. It is just for the sake of understanding of a programmer. Okay, so let us declare n is equal to 10, then declare Fibo is equal to 1 comma 1. Okay, and for I running from 3 to n, Fibo I is Fibo I minus 1 plus Fibo I minus 2. Now Fibo is array. Okay, first you declare that Fibo is 1 comma 1, that is first two elements, and this loop starts from 3 to n. N is 10, so it will run from 3 to 10 with the increment of 1. Now here in I have not specified that increment is 1, but in MATLAB if it is not specified, by default the increment is 1. So this loop will run from I is equal to 4. Okay, then I is equal to 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lastly 10. Okay, so I value will be, this particular loop will be executed 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 times. Okay, and whatever is the value that is getting printed. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this code to MATLAB and I'll show you that what is the output. So this is the code. Okay, now here I'll just run this code. So when I run this code, it is going to run, but it is not going to display value, but still in a workspace you can find that value of Fibo are printed. So if you click on this Fibo, okay, you will see that we got the series over here, 1 comma 1 first two elements, then 2 3 5 8 13 21 34 likewise. Okay, so here you can type disp into bracket Fibo, it will display the elements of the Fibo. Okay, so this is the first 10 elements of the series are printed with the for loop. Here we know that how many numbers we need to print, that is why we can use for loop. Now take second case where you don't know that how many digits you are going to how many times you are going to repeat certain operation, then you must use the for loop. So I'll just copy this code, you can type it later on. Okay, so I'll just execute it in this window. So this is that code. So Fibo is 1 comma 1. Then next is while loop. The condition is Fibo end is less than 200. That means end element of the last element of the Fibo series should be Fibo should be less than 200. Then only you execute the following instruction. Now Fibo new is Fibo end plus Fibo end minus 1. So this is nothing but the main thing which is nothing but just incrementing a series. Okay, Fibo end plus Fibo end minus 1. That means last two digits of the Fibo is added and then that value is stored in the Fibo new. Now Fibo is again overwritten as Fibo comma Fibo new. That means previous value of Fibo, that is 1 comma 1, and Fibo new, this will be incremented in a Fibo variable Fibo. Okay, and here we are specifying that at the when you come out of the loop, it is saying that Fibo end is equal to blank. Okay, so this means that last element of the Fibo series we are not printing. Okay, and then display Fibo. Okay, now I will show you that if I remove this and if I add this particular row, then what is the effect on the output. So let us say I will make this line as a comment by putting a percent sign, so it is highlighted green in color. That means it is not a part of a program now. I'll just run this code, so it will ask me to save, so I'll just save it. So Fibo while, so this is a name which I have given to this file, Fibo while, and if I run this file, okay, now it is going to show me the numbers. Okay, so here in the output window what you see is that it is going to print the numbers like 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34 55 89 144, but it is also printing 233, which is more than 200. What was the intent is that we must have to print numbers below 200. Okay, that means the last element, when the last element is 233 in the Fibo, then Fibo has terminated, because of which you can get that element at the last. So if I add this row in a program and I now check output, then you find that the last number is not printed now. Okay, the last number of the series is not printed since I declare it as a blank. Okay, so this completes the same problem using for as well as while loop. So let us have another program in which we are going to calculate the factorial of a number. So let us see this particular program. Now in this program, what is given is that we are declaring n, we are taking n from the user, that is by input statement. Then we declare fact value as 1. Then for I running from n 1 to n, we are declaring that fact value is fact value into I. That means every time this whatever the value of I you give, okay, this loop will run at that particular time. Okay, and then value of I is incrementing every time. When this loop is first executed, the value of I is 1, so fact value will be equal to fact value. When this loop is executed 2 times, that means the next this particular when it is executing in second time, it will be 1 into 2, then third time then 1 into 2 into 3, and fourth time then 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 likewise, and whatever is the ultimate value you are storing in a fact value variable. And with this display statement you are displaying the factorial value. So we'll just run this program. Again it will ask me to save it, so I'll just name it, and it will ask me the number. Now you can see in the command window, let us say 5, then factorial 5 is 120, like you can test the program for. So this will complete your basic coding with these 3 basic programs. Thank you.